By the way, this is the beauty of when you're live. One name we have been linked to this summer is Victor Gyokeres,
I was
right?
just looking at that.
Yeah. David Ornstein has just tweeted, literally in the last 15 seconds, saying Arsenal are developing strong interest in Victor Gyokeres as a possible striker signing. Andrea Berta, who of course was announced by Arsenal today as new sporting director, is a firm admirer of the 26-year-old sporting forward, expected to figure prominently among Arsenal options and maybe more realistic than Alexander Isak, who they've also been linked to.
And he is more realistic.
That's an interesting one. The reason that's an interesting one is because I think on Friday I was speaking about this on the morning show. I went with the Gyokeres thing. As time goes on, I'm less and less convinced we'll even be in the conversation.
Yeah, no way. I don't think we will be. I've never thought of it.
I don't think we really have been at all.
No, I can't see it at all. Because again, if he's 26, I think he's going to be 27 next month, and he wants to go to Champions League, we're not that. As a United fan, after what we've been through the last few years, I'm just scared of former players of the coach, and I think there's a lot of risk in that deal. I know he's had a great season. It's like 42 goals in 42 games, but I've never even really considered us to be a part of that. What do you guys think?
That bit that he's saying there, maybe more realistic than Isak. Absolutely. Especially if Newcastle do get, he won't cost as much as Isak just on a pure starter of 100+ million. And also, let's be real, if you're Arsenal, you're going to draw up a list of strikers. And really, he's always kind of really been on that list. Him, Šeško, and,
with Šeško in that same article, Ornstein also does say Arsenal have done a lot of work on RB Leipzig's Benjamin Šeško, who may prove to be a more cost-effective solution, but it's unclear if they're going to proceed with a move for him because he's got multiple suitors. And this is something we've mentioned many a time, which does worry me going into this summer with our need for a striker is we're not alone there. You can pick 4 or 5 Premier League clubs. They're all looking for the same player.
The profile of Gyokeres suits what we want, suits what everybody's looking for, right? But price-wise, it's Arsenal are sort of in a, we've got the money, we could go take our pick sort of thing. Obviously, Isak, 130, that's probably pushing it. But Šeško and Gyokeres for Arsenal is like, very attainable. They've got the money to go look at it,
and they're in the position they need one. They could do a transfer window where they just sign one player. They go, our whole budget's on one player. We don't really need many other players. We can just do that. We're not in that position.
Or two, just two big staple, a striker and a midfielder. They still need a bit more, but they could spend the majority of their budget. That's what they're crying out for. The biggest missing piece of the puzzle. They might have like 2 pieces of the puzzle missing, maybe 3, but the biggest one is at the top with the striker. So I get that. But it's not really news to us, really, that he's more likely to go to Arsenal. Yeah. Arsenal developing strong interest. Yeah. I've always seen Arsenal as having strong interest this whole time with them, the big 3. As it, Šeško, him, and Isak. And obviously Osimhen. The big 4. There's like a 4. Those 4 are going to be the most talked about striker. And Ekitike, actually, that's technically the big 5. There's like 5 strong strikers, probably some that I'm missing out as well, but 5 off the top of my head that are like the main ones. And I never really, Mateta's another one. I haven't really seen us sort of, apart from the Ruben links, and it makes sense because it's his player and that's that. Price-wise, like what James saying, I've not seen us in that race. I haven't.
No, I don't. I mean, and this is quite interesting with that one. You mentioned those like big 4 or 5, I don't think we get any of them. I think there's a lot more legs. Well, I think there's a lot of legs
Jonathan
in that.
David.
I think there's a lot of legs in that Mateta one.